Okay, today I just got off the Zoom with my doctor. Gotta hit the pharmacy. I gotta go get money for rent. I got a lot to do today, but excuse me, I have a Nicorette lozenge in my mouth, but they take a long time. I also am doing these dishes, but what I'm gonna do right now before I leave, dishes I'll take care of every night. Every night I look in there, and before I go to bed, they're all gone. Sometimes I do it during the day too if my roommate's using a lot up. But today, I'll be moving all this stuff out of here. Coffee pot. Putting it on a separate table. The reason why is I'm going to be continuing on my cabinets. Now I want you to take a good look. If you notice, this black gunk, and this was there when we moved in. It's sticky, gross, and near the handle. So what I did is I have this drill. I paid $60 for a drill and got a kit to go with it and everything. And I scrubbed that off with degreaser. If you notice, this handle has been scrubbed off. Still has a dark color to it, but has been scrubbed off. All those black rings have been scrubbed off. I went over this for hours and hours. We'll be going over it again. This is just to keep the cat out. This I'll have to go on a ladder for. It's gonna be dangerous, but I'll get it done. Dangerous for me because I shake and seize sometimes, so I gotta be careful. But I've done plenty and I've got hurt plenty. But don't get hurt. I don't get hurt every time. So and stuff gotta get done. I've been scrubbing this cabinet and this cabinet. This cabinet, as you can see, is much better. This cabinet needs even more work. I can still see drips. And I'll be going over the windowsill again today. It's a lot of work. It's about 3 hours. Now, why do I do this? Because I'm moving out and I'm trying to leave this apartment to somebody who's never going to clean. Yeah, he's never going to take care of himself. So I want to get this to a clean base level as well as for my own health. It's important to do these things for your own health. Okay, I should be able to talk better now. Sorry about that. I take a medication that goes under my tongue. I take another medication that goes on my tongue, and I take lozenges you're supposed to keep in your cheek for large periods of times, as well as I use patches and these lip Nicorettes once in a while. So you keep that all in mind. It makes me sound funny, but I always let people know when it's in my mouth. I also talk funny from a neurological disorder. My voice is also high pitched, and that is from this nervous system disorder and just the way that my voice has changed over years. Hits to the head don't help. During my seizures, I accumulate 26 plus severe hits on cement and things like that to the point where my head is scarred up. So and when I do that, I lose the ability to walk even more, speak, things like that. The main things I lost under an overdose at 87 repeat as my seizures come in. So as I have seizures, these same symptoms get worse every time. And I usually train my body and slowly recover. That's usually what happens, but I'm never the same after each seizure and each hit to the head. I lose a little piece of myself every time. That's why I gotta be really careful when getting on that ladder today. But I have to do this work. I cannot live in a house that gets people sick, including myself. And my roommate is not going to clean up after him. And the state is not going to come in here and give him the help he needs unless I put in the work. And keep in mind that this is somebody who's dangerous sexually. He's 83, going through where he's losing his mind. He can't tell one thing from another. And he has at least a 12-year history of sexual behaviors with all different ages. And that's really bad. It bothers me quite a bit that these people have no respect for children. But he's been released from prison for a long time. You know, if somebody keeps an eye on him or gives him the help he needs, then it won't be a problem. But when they lose track of him, or when he's allowed to just go in and out of many, many places, houses, and meet people's children and things like that, then you never know what's going to happen or what's going to go on. There's also adults he could hurt. You don't realize that when somebody is losing their mind and gets violent, there are plenty of 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds, 20-year-olds that this guy could literally just set up a trap for. You could easily get them hurt and then do something. So this is problematic. But luckily, he has a good soul at heart. He just has sloth, and that's one of his main issues, is that he doesn't care if he hurts other people. If his colostomy bag falls off instead of at Hannaford's and it's in the next aisle, instead of going back and throwing it away, he'll just go straight to the bathroom, put on another one, and leave it there. He also leaves his poop wherever it wants to lay. He just leaves it all over town, all over his home, and doesn't clean it up. That's because he's lazy and doesn't care who gets hurt by it. He doesn't care. It's his poop. Fuck everybody else. That's his attitude towards everything in life. But he has a good heart at heart. He just needs to learn the skills to maintain his health and his sanity and his mental health in society. If he's going to be out of in society, then you got to be safe to other people. And that's not my opinion. That's the law. You can't abuse or harm other people. And by living with him, I've seen the different behaviors that are going to get other people hurt. I can defend myself because I see them and I can prevent them from happening. I mean, I can just say no, I can push him off, when it's getting like that, or I can leave the house when I see him starting to, really ask for things that I can't give him, or when I see him go out and spend a lot of time with other sex people, I know that something's going on. There's a customer of mine who lives at the trailer park who walks around naked, does crazy things. He's a meth head. I don't really know him that well. I've only met him like 2 times. Well, other than a customer, I've met him a lot of times as a customer. The 2 times I went to his home, it was too nuts to me. And other than that, I've seen him through my roommate, because my roommate got really involved with him. And that's not bad. He's like 36. They're grown adults. They can do whatever they want. But some of the behaviors they feed off each other are really bad. The meth, the money, the sex, the walking around naked, even on other people's property. I mean, it's just a lot of it is getting nuts, as well as how they manipulate their father. I mean, David is literally manipulating this person's father by lying to him and covering for this 36-year-old. Oh no, there's no meth. Dave, I've come by to pick you up and seen a lot of people there, and I've smelt it. I can smell it. As well as he's honest with me. He's my customer. He doesn't lie to me. I know what he's doing. I don't care what he's doing, just like I know what you do because you tell me to. I don't care what you guys do. You know that. But I know it. You guys tell me. I see it. I tell you I know it. But I don't care what you guys do. As long as you're not hurting anybody else or causing damage to anybody else. That's my rule. You can do whatever you want in life. I don't care what you do. You can tell me about it, and I'll just say, okay, well, think about this, this, and this is the help you can get for it, and this is where you can go. And I don't care about that, and I don't care about that. That's between you, or you and your father, or you and your drug dealer. But there's a rehab over here, and have full conversations like that. I'll even tell them what I've been through. A lot of times I'll say, yep, I was stuck on opiates. I had to go to like 8 rehabs. This is what I tried. This is what worked. This is what didn't. Sometimes I'll open up about stuff I've done to help other people move on from what they're doing.